Good morning and welcome to Mass with Ish, brought to you by 1 million teachers. Now, today we'll be looking at the topic logarithm. And logarithm, I could say, or I can say it's simply the inverse function of indices. Now, once you have a good knowledge of indices, then logarithm is going to be a piece of cake for you to solve. And understanding the concept of logarithm is actually the key, just as understanding the concept of indices is also a key to you solving indices. Now, when you are given an equation like this, now we know that this is a problem on indices, this is an exponential equation, this is a problem on indices. Now, recall earlier I said that that logarithm is simply the inverse function of indices. Now, what does indices do? Indices simply tells us that when you raise 2 to the power of 3, it gives us 8. So what indices does is that indices tells us what the value when you give a particular base an index. That is what indices helps us to do. But logarithm, what logarithm does is that logarithm tells us about the power. It tells us about the index or the exponent. It tells us how many times that base times itself to arrive at that value. So we know that this 2 is equal to 3 is equal to 8. This power here is telling us that 2 multiplied itself 3 times, 2 times 2 times 2. So this power here is telling us that 2 multiplies itself 3 times. And that is what logarithm is all about. Logarithm tells us about the power. It tells us how many times a base is able to multiply itself to give a particular number. So if I want to write this in logarithm form, I'm going to write it as log to base 2 of 8 is equal to 3. So this is just a mathematical expression. This is just a mathematical expression of saying that 2 will times itself 3 times to give you 8. Okay, so if you are able to understand this basic concept about logarithm, there is actually no problem on logarithm that you can't be able to solve. Now let me give another illustration. If I write log base 4 of 16 equal to 2. Now, by understanding the concept of logarithm, if I see expression like this, I'll be able to understand what this expression is saying. Since the base is 4, okay, I'll say yeah, that this simply means that 4 is timesing itself 2 times. So 4 times 4. And if it times itself 2 times, it's going to give us base 16. So that is what logarithm is all about. So let's look at another example. Maybe probably if I say log 81 base 3, and I say, or I can put x or whatever. So by looking at this expression, you'll be able to say, okay, this is log base 18, log base 3 of 81 equals to x. Now, by understanding this simple concept about logarithm, it will be very easy for you to get x, because you know that, that this number on the right hand side is simply the index. It's telling you how many times this 3 will times itself to give you what? To give you 81. And from your knowledge about multiplication and powers, you'll be able to know, okay, think if 3 times itself 4 times, if 3 times itself 4 times, is going to give us, because this time is 9, this time is 9, going to give us this 81. So you'll be able to know that therefore your x is equal to 4. So understanding of this simple concept about logarithm will help you to really solve problem on it. So even if you give it to somebody in primary 1 or primary 2, they're able to explain what logarithm is, that particular student will be able to find out the problem about logarithm. Okay, so I think we can stop here for now. In our next class, we'll build on this topic more and solve some problems. So thanks for watching. Please remember to like, remember to share and to subscribe to this channel. Thanks.